And what's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. What is going on? Okay. Now the lights are on because most of you guys wanted them to still be on. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why the lights are on up in here. Because normally when I do my late night lives, I'll turn the lights off or whatever. But they're on because that's what the majority wants. But what's going on, y'all? I had to give y'all this video because I prefer to give you guys at least one video a day. I really don't like to go without giving you guys anything. But what I want to tell you guys is that, because I don't have no church announcement, so I can just talk to you guys for a second. What I'm really excited about, so this weekend is the Boss Baby Awards. And as you know, your boy is nominated for YouTuber of the Year. And me and Jamar are also nominated for Podcast of the Year. Once again, I won both awards last year. But this year, I got a little bit of competition, for YouTuber of the Year. You got Bundy, you got Aaron. I believe Bundy got it, and that's fine. But Podcast of the Year, I'm still rooting for us to get that. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm very excited because Bundy, Rocks, Jamie, and I'm gonna hit up Aaron and Sakina, and we're gonna come together. We're gonna hang out Saturday afternoon for lunch. I cannot wait. I haven't seen Rocks in some time now, but this is gonna be my first time seeing Bundy in person because we've been cool for so many years. But this is gonna be our first time seeing each other, and I cannot wait to see my girl. Like, I'm more excited to see Bundy than I am going to the damn award show. Like, seriously, I am. But yes, that is this weekend. Boss Babies this weekend. I can't wait for y'all to see my suit. I cannot wait for y'all to see my suit. It's going to be amazing on me. I'm trying to get another haircut, trying to do something different for the actual awards. You know, be a little snazzy. I try not to miss when it come down to being in a suit. Try not to miss too much. I think that's all I wanted to talk to y'all about. Roast Review. Roast Review would be next Wednesday. The very first episode of Roast Review will be next Wednesday. I already made the link. So all y'all got to do is just, go and, set your reminders for it and stuff like that. Meet JoJo and T is coming back again. And I see that the Braxtons is about to come back out. And I feel like I need to review that show. More shows for me to pick up. Y'all know I'm doing LAMH again. When it comes back, that link is already available as well. So we're gonna get some things together. We're slowly but surely working on elevating this channel. We're also working on my move to the ATL. We got so much shit going on for the next few months. Okay, let me see. Thanks for pushing the Summer House Martha's Vineyard panel. Absolutely. So I watched it. I sat back and I watched it. Me and Josiah both. They did an amazing job. I'm so proud of them. I know that Sakina was very, very nervous about it. She was nervous on the performance of it. She didn't know people would tune in, but they tuned in. They had almost 400 people in the live. Those numbers match up to what we normally do on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We normally do between 400 to 500 live viewers in every damn show. If we're lucky, we get 600 to 700. So they did a great job for this to be a spinoff, another edition of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. They did a really good job. The chemistry was on point. It was amazing. It was funny. This is exactly what I wanted for them. And Sakina need to pat herself on the back for that. I told her that she would make a good leader for this panel. And I'm so glad that they did it. I enjoyed myself up there. Made me wish I was up there with them. But I don't watch that fucking show. So that's the only reason why. But I enjoyed myself watching that panel. They showed up. Y'all showed up and showed out. And that's what we needed. So continue to support the Summer House panel. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to rotate it or not. I would prefer that they do so everybody get paid, but that's up to Sakina. But I don't know whose channel is going to be on next week. But make sure you guys tune into it though. Let me see. Yes, y'all were. Y'all were amazing. I am definitely proud of y'all. I am proud of y'all. I am proud of y'all. I am proud of y'all. I knew y'all was gonna do a good job though. I already knew that, but just watching it for myself, y'all did a great job. Let me see. Yes, I stopped. No more loving hip hop Atlanta reviews. I'm done. I gotta listen. I gotta finish watching it, but I like the panel, even though I don't watch the show. Yeah, they made it enjoyable. They did. It was really good. Um, who was wrong? That's about to start back up. All that good stuff. That's about to start. I gotta add naturally Nola to this group, to this mind group. I gotta add them to this mind group. But yeah. Um, but what was I finna say? But yeah. Um, who was wrong is about to start back up. I'm starting to send the people their feuds to pick from. So that's what we're doing now. So I'm gonna start filming it after Boss Baby's over with and all that other good stuff. Um anything else I want to say since we ain't got no church announcements before we get the show started? Is there anything else that I want to put out there before we start? No, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Well, as a matter of fact, let me put this out here. The chasing panel is on Thursday. So make sure you guys tune in to that. I'll be doing that panel the day before I leave out for Atlanta. So make sure you tune in to see Jamar, Carl, Scotty, Tramiel, Terrence, and Jeremy. We will all be in the building for the Chasing Dallas, Chasing panel, Chasing Dallas. We'll be talking about Chasing Dallas's 5th episode, I believe. The link is for that is already available too. So all the lives that y'all need to be anticipating the most, they already made for y'all. All right, so we're headed into the 10-minute mark at this point. So we're about to go ahead and get this thing started. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know it's late, but we got a couple of things to talk about. Okay, we do got a couple of things to talk about, right? And like I said, these lives are only going to be between 30 minutes to an hour. That's all I'm giving. I ain't trying to keep y'all on here a long time. I know y'all don't mind it being long, but you know, some people don't like long ass videos. Okay, I'm just saying. So we're about to hit the 100 people mark, which is all I need for people to do. This is all I really need for every live is to hit 100 people at the minimum. And that's what we're headed to. So let's go ahead. Okay, Feisty. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess for tonight. And we're going to start it off with K. Michelle. Now, K. Michelle was asked the question. She was on Twitter and they had asked her some questions about her past Love and Hip Hop cast members, right? And y'all do know that K. Michelle does not mince her words. You all do know that if she feel any kind of way about any damn thing, she gonna let you know. She not gonna hold her tongue about it or nothing like that. That's something that she's not gonna do. So this is what she was asked. Okay, they asked her. Someone said, do you forgive that hair swoop? It's unforgivable. Then someone responded to her and said, does this mean that you forgive Rashida and Mimi? K. Michelle responded with, I gotta grow a forgiving heart. Once you do something to me, you should never trust me. So that was her response to K. Michelle and Rashida and Mimi. Now, here's my thing about that. When it comes down to K. Michelle and Mimi, for instance, I really don't think that their issue is really that huge or really that deep or honestly that serious to be holding on to. Do I think that she should ever fuck with Mimi again? No, because I do think that Mimi chose Nico over Kay. A lot of the things that Kay said about Nico actually came true. You know what I mean? I don't know about the gay shit, but him being an opportunist and using her, that all came out to be true. Not even the next the because you know K Michelle only did the first 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta before she returned for the 5th season. But that third season, that sex tape came out, and then by the fourth season, he was married, and he knew he was married this whole time and was using Mimi for a storyline. Like it was really crazy to me. And like I said, a lot of the things that K Michelle had said about Mimi and his man, all that shit winded up being true. A lot of that shit winded up being true. And even with Ariane, you know what I'm saying? Even with Ariane, like, if y'all don't know, Mimi and Ariane ain't even friends. Did y'all know that? Mimi and Ariane ain't friends no more at this point. So I don't know. Um, I'm not gonna say that K Michelle was, absolutely perfect in this situation because she has a way of doing things, but I don't think that K Michelle and Mimi really need to be friends. I think they're better off not being friends. However, do I think that the issue that they had was really that deep and that wide and all that? Absolutely not. Mm-mm. I don't think so. Now, when it comes down to Rashida and K Michelle, oh, I'm all the way down with K Michelle when it comes down to not forgiving Rashida. Absolutely down with that. Cause I would never anytime. I just think that the way Georgia Prune did K Michelle, like that whole situation was just fucked up altogether. And I just want y'all to know that. And a lot of people feel like, Rashida really didn't okay anything or whatever. But it's just the fact that Rashida was all in that lady face. Okay. All in that lady face, creating a friendship or a bond with that lady only for her to turn around and say, maybe he's not doing that because that's not something that he did to you. And I'm just looking at her like, how the fuck you gonna look me in my big ass eyes and tell me that this man didn't do this to me? Like, that was the most insensitive shit I have ever heard or ever seen in my life. It was crazy. It was crazy to me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The Rashida thing, I understand. The Mimi thing, I mean, girl, whatever, you know. But Rashida is all the way on point. Like, and to think of it, I actually liked Rashida at the beginning of this whole thing. Like, I liked Rashida. Like, I had respect for Rashida. I thought that she was real. Like, I really enjoyed her only when she was with K Michelle. But when she turned around and flipped the way that she did, and she was so mad and upset and all in her feelings about somebody else's husband. And I'm like, girl, why are you so mad? Why are you so damn mad about somebody else's husband? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with you. This woman spoke her truth. It ain't on you to tell her if she lied or not. But Rashida is a male identified mother. Okay, always has been. I mean, she the same one who's married to Kirk. Kirk went out, cheated on her with Jasmine, but yet she only pointed the finger at Jasmine. Not once did she ever blame Kirk. Like, she was mad with Kirk, but when she confronted, when they was at their reunion, she put all that damn blame on Jasmine. Girl, your husband went between her legs and nutted in her and got her pregnant. So she just didn't open up. She just didn't lay down like this. Her legs was not up to the moon like this, and Kirk didn't get between them. That's not what happened. He got right there and poked her ass a couple of times and ejaculated in a cup so she can have a kid. Okay? That's what happened. And she sat there and she defended that shit and she blamed it all on Jasmine. Like, girl, please. Please, Rashida. Not to mention, Rashida has been an asshole to a lot of her friends on this show. She an asshole. She was an asshole to Carly for no reason. Erica had a problem with Carly about that damn store opening. She decided to have a problem with Carly. She treated Kalina like shit. Rashida just a fake ass person. Like, I don't like Rashida. I ain't gonna never like Rashida. Don't ask me to go to Frost Bistro and bar, whatever the fuck that is they got open. I would never never step foot in nothing that she got going on. I remember I told y'all the story before when it was in Phipps Plaza for press, when she had press. I don't know if she still got it or not, but back when she had press, my friend and I, we was there for the K Michelle concert actually. And then we walked up in the mall and we saw her store. My friend gonna ask me, you wanna go in press? I said, for what? Let's go in press. I said, you can go. I ain't going. And she was in there. Her and Charlene was in there. I saw her ass in there. I wasn't going in there. Absolutely the hell not. I wasn't going in there, honey. You would never catch me in nothing that Rashida got going on. So no. But yes, when it comes down to K Michelle and Rashida, I will always be Team K every single time. Cause Rashida ain't shit. She ain't shit. All she wants for folks to chew on her damn bubble gum, and Kirk didn't even want to do that, and that's how he got somebody else pregnant. But we finna move on to the next story, y'all. Shout out to the 137 people that's in the building. So the next story involves Chingy and Sidney Starr. That's who it involves. Now, we all know the story with Chingy and Sidney Starr. We already know that there was a time that Chingy performed or something like that, took a picture with Sidney Starr. Sidney Starr went on the radio, did interviews telling people that she was fucking around with Chingy. The whole industry turned their back on him. They didn't want to buy his music. His music career was never the same after that. So yeah, that's what happened with that. Now, I think he was on TMZ recently, and he told the story about how he lost everything after Sidney Starr lied about them being intimate while Sidney gained everything. He was talking to TMZ about it. So we're going to get into that story, and then Sidney Starr actually responded to Chingy, and I'm going to tell y'all my thoughts on that in a minute. And some folks going to be mad with me for saying this shit, but y'all know I don't care. Let's go ahead and get into what Chingy had to say. Let's take a listen.
Years to blow away. Nah, man, ain't nothing good happen from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who sold millions of records, was once one of the biggest artists in the world, they look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But what was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry.
You guys never really made up, did you? Like, you accepted her apology, but you kind of kept it moving.
Yeah. There's no, I mean, to be honest with you, man, like it was spilt milk and I lost a lot from it. That person gained. I'm not gonna hold on to something. It is what it is. Apologize, cool. I'm going this way, let that emphasize and it so-called went away, which it took years to blow away. Nah, man, ain't nothing, ain't nothing good happen from that for me. I'm gonna tell you that. When an artist such as my caliber, who's
Okay, so that is what Chingy said. Now, before I get into Sidney Starr's response to it, I'm gonna read some of the comments in the comment section, which are annoying me. Let's see. Someone says, should she have lied? No. But the problem here is homophobia, transphobia. Who he chooses to date is his business, and it shouldn't have affected his career anyway. Someone else said, I never seen it for her ever since, just too messy. Someone says, Chingy, I only recall one or two songs you had and you wasn't heard of until after that. She kind of made you back in the topic of conversation. That's not true. Instead of crying, you should have capitalized off of it and started back making music. Let me see. I remember DTP and Luda wanting nothing to do with him. The people in the comments are the reason why your career was ruined. They judged you off that lie and decided to stop listening. There's a bigger elephant in the room because people like to remain ignorant, lack the range, and mentally stagnant. They're willing to ignore the bigger issue here. Like I said, I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on this in just a second. And some people are going to be mad at me or annoyed when I say what I got to say. But like I said, I don't care. Hold on. So Sidney Starr responded, right? And I'm trying to go back up to her response because she annoyed me when she responded. Because this was like, shut the fuck up. Because please, where is it at? Where is it at, y'all? I'm trying to get to it. And I hate how people try to dismiss somebody else's pain and what somebody. Again, I'm gonna tell y'all what I gotta say. Some folks, namely my community, gonna be pissed off at me for what I'm about to say, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, there we go. So Sidney Starr responds, and she says, I was very apologetic and I took accountability. I was looking for attention at that time in my life to get known because trans women were not looked at for anything but negativity. I said I was wrong and I lost a lot too. And if I could take it all back, I would. I've asked for forgiveness. I'm a good person at the end of the day. There's nothing more that I can do. So someone says, we're not looked at but anything but negativity. But so you decided to add to it. How smart. Chingy could tell his story how many times he wants to. I stand with the victim. He should sue. Someone says she ain't got to keep apologizing though. He could have bounced back if he was truly passionate about his career. Stop blaming that girl. So stupid. Someone else said, girl, that man had to suffer off that lie. I'm sorry, but Sidney Starr, you said that trans women are looked at in a negative way, but all you did was feed into the narrative. Girl, let me call Iyanla, okay? Okay, I'm going to stop right here because at the end of the day, like I said, somebody is finna get mad at what I'm finna say. First things first, okay? Because I'm annoyed. First things first. When it comes down to this situation, Chingy got every right to say what he wants to say. He can tell this story as many times as he fucking wants to. As many times as he wants to. He was the one wronged. He was the one that was done wrong. So therefore, you cannot tell nobody when they should stop talking about something that happened to them, when they should stop talking about something that affected them and their livelihood. Who the fuck are y'all to tell him when he needs to shut the fuck up about something that happened to him? Can somebody please answer me that? Because I don't understand it. That's number one. Number two, let's also point out that even if the shit was true, why would it have mattered if he was fucking with Sidney Starr? Why would that make y'all want to stop listening to his music if he was fucking with Sidney or a gay man or a trans woman? Why did it matter? Why does someone that why does it matter? Why, if a rapper wants to with another man, why should that stop you from listening to their damn music? Whoever he puts in his bed ain't got nothing to do with the notes that he sings in a record. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So let's talk about the homophobia and the transphobia that also comes with this situation. Because if y'all wasn't so homophobic and transphobic, y'all would not be y'all never would have turned y'all back on him in the first damn place. Let's start there. Because y'all be worried about the wrong motherfucking shit. Who he's sleeping with ain't got nothing to do with I like the way you do that right there. It ain't got nothing to do with Holiday Inn. It ain't got nothing to do with One Call Away. It ain't got nothing to do with Powerballing. It ain't got nothing to do with Me and You. It ain't got nothing to do with Pulling Me Back. It ain't got nothing to do with that. That's his business. So what he's doing and who he in ain't got nothing to do with what music he's putting out there. That's number 2. Number 3, Sidney, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And for you Chaz niggas that's trying to sit up here and tell him that Sidney ain't gotta keep apologizing, or I didn't hear from you, I didn't even know who you was. I don't give a damn if you knew who he was or not. That bum ass bitch should have never lied on him. And that's just the fucking facts. She shouldn't have lied on fucking Chingy. What was her point of lying? Her whole point is, I did what I did because of the simple fact that trans women was not getting any attention. We were only getting negative attention. So that's why I did what I did. But you think that you was going to bring a positive light to other trans women by lying on somebody else and fucking up their damn career. And you think because you apologize multiple times that that's supposed to mean that he's supposed to accept your apology and forgive you. He ain't got to forgive you for a motherfucking thing, because you are a part of the problem and you are part of the reason why his career went to shit, because you decided to sit up there and lie because you wanted some fucking clout. You fucked up somebody's life and somebody's livelihood, and you expect them to stop talking about it. No, if you fucked up my livelihood and you fucked up my life, I'm going to talk about it as many times as I want to. You can never stop the victim from talking about what victimized them. And you, my friend, victimized him. So you're going to have to sit with it and live with it for the rest of your life. And I also don't like, because that's all that was defending her in the comments. A lot of gay guys. I'm not with that shit. I'm not gonna sit up here and defend her when she sat up there and lied. I don't give a fuck what community she's a part of. A liar is a damn liar. A victim is a victim and a villain is a villain. And Sidney is still a villain because she's still walking around here looking for fucking clout. Doing anything for a damn moment. Annoying as hell. Messy as, always doing bullshit all the time. I ain't never seen it for Sidney, and I still don't. I saw Sidney at the damn Boss Baby Awards the first year that they had them. Not last year when I was nominated, but the first year they had them. I walked right past Sidney. I didn't ask for no motherfucking picture. I acted like that was the same. She was the same motherfucker that I was. I didn't give not one. And then for you to sit up here and try to, and then for you to say, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad. Who are you trying to prove that to? Don't prove it to us, because we still think you're a fucked up ass individual, because it takes a fucked up individual to do what you did. You're thirsty. And for y'all that's in the comments that really believe that this man is crying about it, if he is crying about it, so the what, he got every right to cry about it. That man was on his way up. He was like doing his thing, only for her to come out here and lie on him, knowing how negative that would have been for him, knowing how negative that shit is for a rapper in the game. You already knew what that was going to do to him. You knew that these folks were going to turn their back on him. You knew these folks were going to do that. What's the point of you lying about it? And some of y'all really believe that that shit is okay for her to do, and it's not okay. Are you serious right now? What more can I do? Nothing. Shut the fuck up. It's nothing you can do nor say. Shut the fuck up. We don't care to hear nothing that you got to say. Shut the fuck up. It's that motherfucking simple. Shut the fuck up. He should have sued your dumb ass for what you did. talking about what more you can do. What you mean, what more can you do? Shut up and be glad he's not suing you for defamation. You lied. You ruined his career. If for anybody to sit up here and say stop blaming her, she is the problem. She lied on him. Please stop. And the fact that people want to sit up here and say that he's projecting by saying he put his whole career on that and saying that that was the biggest projection. Please, no. Sidney is a part of the problem. She lied on him. Soon after she lied on him, they didn't want to fuck with him no more. Please. She lied on him, and y'all need to stop making excuses for it. She lied on that man. He can bring it up as many times as he wants to. Like, you are the offender. Who the fuck are you to rush my forgiveness? Like, tell me when I'm supposed to forgive your trifling ass. I got every right not to forgive you. Don't you know that there's gonna always be a question that's always gonna be asked of him? Don't you know that? Don't you know anytime he does an interview or does any kind of special, they're gonna ask him about that? Don't you realize that? Don't you know that? But you don't care. You don't care. You want him to get over it. That's not gonna happen overnight. That's not gonna happen overnight. You can't expect nobody to just get over some shit that you did. That's not gonna happen. And that's it. So I'm team Chingy when it comes down to that. I don't give a fuck. Sidney was fucking wrong. How you gonna fuck up somebody else's career and then turn around and tell them, I don't know what else I can do. There's nothing else for you to do. Shut up. Every time he speak on it, she comes out and want to play the victim and be like, well, I did all I could do. I said what I had to say. And all that other dumbass shit she be saying. Like, girl, bye. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next thing. The next topic is these two right here, and I'm tired of seeing them. It's Porsha and Simon. Now, child. So, Simon Gobadia's nanny slams Porsha Williams for bringing an armed gunman to the home while the kids were present. So this is what the article from the Neighborhood Talk says, y'all. It says the drama continues with Porsha Williams and Simon Gobadia's messy divorce. As we previously reported, Simon is calling out Porsha for bringing an armed gunman to their marital residence to get her things. Now, Simon is adding a witness statement from his nanny to double down on the claims that Porsha acted with hostility when bringing the man into the home. In documents obtained by Radar Online, the nanny, whose name has been redacted, recalls the events leading up to Porsha filing for divorce and after. The nanny claims that she saw Porsha the day before she filed the papers because Porsha asked her to work late. When she arrived, Porsha gave her a birthday gift and left. The nanny claims that she didn't come back after that for a whole 3 days, leaving the nanny alone with no explanation. The next day, the news broke about the divorce, and she says that Simon was blindsided by the whole ordeal. Simon is such a good man. I have never seen him be violent or angry at all. He is very mild-mannered and just a nice guy. Then when Porsha finally returned, she arrived with the armed gunman. The man was a big guy who was walking like a big guy. I did not know that Porsha was coming with the guy. This came out of nowhere. I had never seen the guy before, and the guy was inside the house. sitting on the stairs with the gun showing. It was shocking to me and I was concerned. The employee wrote, the last time that Porsha came to the house, she did not leave. This was on Sunday, March the 24th, 2024. She came with a guy to open the gate again. She came with her daughter, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend. She was bringing her stuff back to the house. The same guy opened the gate, and then they started searching the house, went downstairs, and disconnected the cameras around the house. The cameras are not working. This makes me uncomfortable because I am with the kids by myself as their nanny when their father is away at work. Child, thoughts? Okay. So, are y'all tired? Because I am. It's just like every day they are in the news about something. You know what I'm saying? All in the news about something. Every time we turn around, they are in the news. Like, I am tired of Porsha and Simon. But I got to say this. Every time I talk about them, I say this. Porsha is only getting back what she put out there. She's only receiving what Simon gave Falynn. You sat back and you watched Falynn deal with this same bullshit, and you thought that it wasn't going to happen to you, and it did. Now look at where you standing at. Like, that's all I can say. Like, I ain't sitting up here trying to say it's all your fault because you didn't know what type of man he was going to turn out to be. I mean, clearly you thought he was going to be your everything, but he turned out not to be that. And it's honestly crazy that he turned out not to be that, honestly. Like, y'all are always in the news about something. Always. But I said that though, even when you first got with Simon, when you first got with him and you was out here, posing in pictures and doing your thing and stuff, and you was so happy to be with him, I said to myself, I said, at the end of it all, he gonna treat her the same way that he did, what's her name? Falynn. That's exactly what's gonna fucking happen because it always happens that way with men. They do that. They get a new woman. You know what I'm saying? They get with a new woman and they make this new woman think that things are going to be different and it's going to be okay and it's not going to be what they think it's going to be, but only for them to do them the same way that they did the previous woman. How did you think he was going to treat you? See, we always see the thing that I always say is that if you're gonna overlook the things that a man does, so because you want to be with him, I ain't saying you can't be with him, but what I'm saying is be sure to watch how he treated the woman before you. There's only certain instances where they change for you. They don't do the same things that they used to do. But most times they keep this same bullshit element within them. And they're going to turn around and do you the exact same way that they did their previous person before you. It always tends to happen like that. And the way that she did it was already fucked up as is anyway. So it's just like, it's only a matter of time before he do it to you. So speaking of that, we're going to move on to this. Now, Falynn, ever since this whole divorce thing has come about, Falynn has had some things to say on social media. She's been doing interviews and stuff like that. And she says that Porsha was already dating Simon a whole year while he was still married to her, and said that Dennis McKinley, who is Porsha's baby daddy, was the one that informed her about the mess. Let's listen in on this, y'all. Let's take a listen.
They were dating for a year while I was happily married. And that came from Dennis's mouth.
Now, did her ex-husband know about that?
Yeah, Dennis told her. Dennis is the one who told me. He was like, he came to me, he apologized. We met up at Crew one night and he was like, he wanted to talk to me about business or whatever, but I guess it was bothering him. And he apologized for everything. He was like, Falynn, I thought you knew the whole time that they were fucking around. He said, all of Atlanta knew. He was like, how'd you miss that? I said I wasn't allowed out like that. So why would I? Which makes sense now. But yeah, so he was like, I'm so sorry. He was like, I now it makes me look at my baby mama a certain way because she told me the whole time that you knew about everything. You were cool with her sleeping with Simon.
So what was you and Porsha's first interaction?
Our first one, I believe, was filming at my house, the pool scene. Yeah, that was the first time.
And you didn't sense anything?
That was y'all first interaction, but how did she know to come there? Who did she know to get there?
So I was approached by housewives a few times. By the time I said yes, they asked me, who do you want to be introduced onto the show with? And I said Porsha. Not knowing, you know.
And she was already...
Was she already?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
She
was already, for a year. That's what Dennis
during
said.
this time when y'all did the pool scene, it was already going down.
That's why when I was like, I went back and watched it because everybody tags me in all the comments and they're like, Falynn, you need to rewatch it now that you know him. And I went and looked at it. And when I said, oh yeah, we're about to do a ring upgrade, she was like, oh. I was like, I'm sitting there watching like, what the fuck? How is this? I was in shock. That was definitely a ploy because they were already together for.
All right, so that was Falynn talking about the whole situation with Simon and Porsha and how that went down. Now, let's just say that I'm tired of this whole love triangle with Porsha, Simon, and Falynn. I am so tired of it because everybody's wrong. Like, everybody involved is wrong. Everybody. First of all, if Porsha was fucking that lady husband that whole time before she started filming with her and kept fucking him even after the fact, she wrong. She wrong. She wrong as hell. Wrong as two left shoes. I don't care what nobody says. She wrong as hell for that. Okay? Second thing, Falynn was fucking a pool boy and got pregnant by him, even though Dennis was already, fucking, not Dennis. Simon was already fooling around with Porsha anyway by the time that she was fucking with the damn pool boy. So it's just like, for me, I'm like, what the fuck? So to be honest, everybody wrong. But I'm not necessarily mad at Falynn for telling her story because I just wish she had this same energy when we first found out about it. That's what I wish. I wish she had the same energy when it first happened, because by her saying all the stuff that she's saying now, it doesn't make any sense now, because it's kind of like, girl, what the fuck we doing this for? Why are we talking about it now? Like, that ain't been your husband in like 3 years now. So it's just like, and you should be happy, but it's just like, what the fuck are we talking about now? Like, who cares at this point? None of us do. That's how I feel now, because I've been on her side for most of the time, but at the same time, it's just like, Falynn, girl, let it go. But Porsha was wrong. And the thing that kills me about people is that they don't want to say that Porsha was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But who cares? Let's move on to the next thing. Next thing is Jill Scott and Chris Brown. Now, Jill Scott then took her ass, instead of driving up that mountain to save her marriage, she decided to drive up them Twitter streets to save Chris Brown. And the people are mad at Jill Scott, honey. So let's get into some things here. So, where is it at? So Jill Scott says, Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that? Dance, look, act, and rap like that? Beyond gifted, it appears exceptional people have to go through exceptional fire. There's nothing to debate. Then someone responded to her and said, I think the women that he's abused would disagree. So then Jill Scott says, I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was a mean and violent human, and he could lay foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and praised for his ability, and God dealt with the rest. Okay. So then someone says, what does that mean? And then Jill Scott says, it means that he had something to offer. He was sick and hurt and he did cruel things. I forgave him because of his trauma. Did I forget? Never. So I try my best to choose better. I failed a few times, but not in that abusive area. Okay. So then what else was down after that? So after that, look, years of prayer, therapy, and self-reflection and making every effort to keep my feet on the ground made me compassionate for other human beings. People go through shit and do terrible shit. And we say we believe in God. Pray for enlightenment. We are a living testimony. So that was Jill Scott speaking on Chris Brown. And you guys do know that the people were pissed the fuck off at her for saying what she said. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. You know, I used to love me some Chris Brown when he first came out. Like, that first album was everything. That's the only one I still listen to. But I do kind of understand what she's saying. I mean, what she's saying is, despite his demons, he's still a talented artist. So regardless of what he's done and the heinous things that he's done, that doesn't take away from how talented he was and how great his music was or whatever. But I do think that Jill Scott's whole thing makes her look like super save a hoe, because it's like you're trying to save him. You're trying to redeem him. You're trying to make him look good in a sense, because you already know that he under fire regardless. So you're trying to make him look good or make him feel better about himself. And that's just not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, some people don't give a fuck about how talented your ass just might be. At the end of it all, they don't care, because you still beat Rihanna to a bloody pulp. You still stalked and harassed Karuchi and made yourself look like a complete maniac. You did that. So at the end of the day, Jill looks crazy. You can speak on his talented. I mean, you can speak on his talent, but that's fine. But you know, don't sit up here and try to diminish the bullshit that he's also done. Because he's definitely done some bullshit that deserves to be called the fuck out, in my opinion. That's how I feel. Real shit. Mm-mm. Am I canceling Jill Scott? No. I'm not canceling her. But I just think that when it comes down to Chris Brown, it's going to always be a sensitive topic. You know, anytime you give him praise for his talents or his music or him as an artist, they're always going to associate that with his demons. And sometimes I feel like there should be a time where we can separate the demons from the demons from the artists, because just because you like an artist's music does not mean that you agree with what they've done. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think that Jill Scott agrees with what Chris Brown has done. I just think she thinks that he's a great artist. But even then, I don't think that it's the right move as a black woman to say that. Because that's what most of these people are saying anyway. And the fact is, he keeps on doing shit too. That's another reason. He keeps on doing bullshit. at the same time. So it's just like, that's why that's why folks be looking at people crazy when they be defending Chris, because it's like, y'all defending him, but he's still doing the same old bullshit that he was already doing. Like, I would understand if he changed his ways and wasn't still doing the same shit, but he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's still doing it. He hasn't redeemed himself. He's still violent. So it's kind of like, why are we praising a violent person? He hasn't redeemed himself in the eyes of Black women and other people that don't fuck with him because of the abuse. But at the same time, also gotta say, we can't tell people who they can and can't support either. If she want to support Chris Brown and his music, that's her. We don't have to. You don't have to. Nobody has to. But if she wants to, she can. So I'm not going to cancel her just because she got her opinion about him as an artist. Because what she said about him as an artist is not a lie. But don't diminish the fact that he's done bullshit to people. We can't do that. That's the only thing I'm saying about it. But like I said, that's her. She want to support him. That's her prerogative. She can. I ain't here to stop nobody from doing shit. Okay, and I'm just being honest when I say that. Now, speaking of Chris Brown, we go into the last story in him and Quavo. Now, y'all know they didn't trade insults back and forth. Chris did another diss record called Weakest Link or whatever. And he went in on Quavo. Quavo has responded, and it's trash. And I think that's really all that I can say about it. I really ain't got to give y'all another 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes on this topic because it's trash. I don't understand how y'all let a pop star eat you up on a diss record. That doesn't make any sense. But what I don't like about it is that they keep on using like Karuchi and Saweetie and the records, like they using these girls as a silver bullet. And I hate that they got to be thrown in the middle of it. But I do think that Chris Brown is still in the lead. I don't know if Chris is going to put out another record. I don't think he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because the way he ate up Quavo already is a mess. Because he definitely ate Quavo up. Quavo should be ashamed. Like, how the fuck you allow a nigga that sung a song like, he want that lovey-dovey, kiss, 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 kiss. Like, child. You let somebody with that type of record. Oh my God. You let somebody who sing those type of songs eat your ass up on a song. But you know what? That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Because I really didn't have that much to give to Chris Brown and Quavo. Honestly. Because Quavo is losing. But if you really want me to be real, though, I never seen Quavo as this big time rapper, though. I never seen it. I never seen Quavo be a rapper. And I don't know why a lot of people are so shocked that Chris Brown know how to rap. Because, I mean, girl, he had a whole song called Look at Me Now. That was a whole rap record off the Fame album. Like, he had a whole record like that. So to me, it's just like, what the fuck? Like, no. And Quavo ain't, girl, the Migos don't do. Child, I ain't never seen it for them. But that's all I got, y'all. I'm about to get on up out of here, though. I'm about to go and take a shower and get myself prepare for work in the morning. Cause listen, y'all, I'm on a 9-day week. This was day 6. Tomorrow is day 7. I am tired. But I'm gonna try to give y'all at least one video a day. At least one. Y'all know my maximum is, 2 to 3 videos a day. But if it's slow, I'm gonna give y'all one. So I'm gonna try to give y'all at least one video a day. One at the minimum. If I'm able to give y'all more, I will. But y'all, I'm finna get up off of here. But before I do, y'all know what I gotta do. Make sure you guys pre-order Tremel's new song called Everything the Remix featuring Rico with a K. It's up for pre-order now. Make sure you guys support Carl, aka Starr, with the new record Cock Goblin. It's also available now. And Bando has a new record out called The Nasty Remix, which is also available now, featuring Tay G, Alana the Blonde, as well as the Hood Hoes. Be sure to support all 3 of these artists because they are independent LGBT artists, and they all mean the world to me. 2 of them being my friends and 1 being, that guy. So with that being said, you guys, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you could be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will leave you guys with a promo from King Darius Books. Bye.
What's up, everyone? It is Darius asking you to check out my newest children's book, DJ Stands on Business. Follow along as 5 friends who are entrepreneurs by the name of Pixel, Raven, a dynamic duo we can learn, and a children's book author named DJ use their entrepreneurial spirit to save money to go on a trip to Mexico. So follow along as children can learn about terms that teach them about entrepreneurship and give them the opportunity to open up the world in the adventures of friendship and entrepreneurship. You can check out my children's book, DJ Stands on Business, as well as DJ's Favorite Day and Twinkle Little Star at www.kingdariusbooks.com.